Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone is able to see my screen and my voice is clear. Okay, so let's start today's session. So, anyone have any questions from yesterday's session or previous sessions? So far, we have discussed BPC core components and then we are discussing dimensions and models. So in yesterday's session, we have created model and we have seen the steps. What happens if we go with existing model? What happens if we start with a blank model? And how many type of models we have? So under reporting category, we have three. Under supporting or drivers and rates models category, we have three. Standard for simple planning scenario where we don't require currency conversion. Finance for complex planning scenarios and it supports currency conversion. Consolidation, it is for legal and management consolidation. For this, account, entity, time, category are mandatory. For this, currency is also mandatory. For consolidation, all are mandatory. And coming to rates, it is for to maintain exchange rates, and ownership is to maintain ownership details. Generic is just to store historical data. And we have seen this is the difference between these reporting models. So standard model supports only planning and finance supports both planning and currency conversion. Consolidation supports all, but for planning we always go with the finance model. For consolidation we always go with the consolidation model. So irrespective whether do we have a currency conversion or not, we go with the finance model only, because in future business may go with the currency conversion also. So that's why we always go with the finance type models. And if you want to create a finance model, before that you need to have a rates model. If you want to create a consolidation model, before that you need to have a rates and ownership models. And we have discussed data storage method. So data storage methods are two, and we need to select either like any of one while creating model, either periodic or YTD. For planning, we always go with a periodic. For consolidation, we always go with a YTD. The difference between periodic and YTD is periodic is specifically in a particular period. So 100 in January, 150 in February, 200 in March. Whereas if you want to display the same values in YTD format, then YTD is always summation of a previous periods also in the current year. Okay, it is not going to get the value of previous year December sum, right? It is going to have always the current year sum. Okay, so YTD value is equal to previous period YTD plus current period periodic value. This 250 is coming from 100 plus 150 is 250, and 450 is coming from 250 plus 200 is 450. And that's what we have discussed, and hope everyone is aware of these 9 standard type dimensions. What is the purpose of each dimension? Okay, today what we do is, today we'll try to create another like some dimension model, and we'll try to understand the hierarchy. We'll try to understand the hierarchy. So Naveen, do you have any question? Okay, so if no one have any questions from the previous sessions, I'll start with hierarchy. So hierarchy. So what is the purpose of hierarchy? So what is hierarchies? Hierarchy is nothing but in BPC point of view, maintaining the relationship parent and children relationship between the members in a dimension. So hierarchy is nothing but maintaining the parent and child relationship between the members of a dimension. Okay, what is a requirement of hierarchy? What is the necessity of hierarchy? Let's say it will be very useful in the process of analysis. In the process of analysis, if you see this simple example here, yeah, country. So if we see in a hierarchical view how it will be, old and then continents and then countries, right? In other words, I can say, let's say if you are doing online shopping in Mintra app, so in Mintra you'll be having men, women, something like that. If you expand some men, then it will be clothing, accessories, or something like that. If you expand clothing, top wear, bottom wear, something else. If you expand top wear, t-shirts, shirts, something like that, right? So that is a hierarchy. So that is a hierarchy. It will be very useful for organizations in their analysis, in their financial analysis, and just to maintain their organization structure also. Okay, just to maintain their organization structure also. Let's say if business want to do revenue planning based on the products, okay, at product level, then let's say if you're talking about Samsung. Samsung have a lot of products, mobile related, laptop related, tab related, chips related, and some other electronic devices related, right? So whenever they want to do planning, there might be some department who will be working on only mobile related section. Then we'll be segregating, like we'll be categorizing that product dimension, like yes, mobiles, and then laptops, tabs, electronic devices, something like that. Under mobiles, they'll be having different models, galaxy models, notes models, M series, J series, something like that, right? Just to differentiate, just to maintain the structural view, we maintain hierarchy in BPC. So, and technically, hierarchy is nothing but maintaining the parent and child relationship between the members of a dimension, and there is no restriction of number of hierarchies we can maintain in the dimension. There is no restriction of number of hierarchies we can maintain in the dimension. Let's assume there is a product dimension, and in that we have mobiles. Okay, so you can maintain hierarchy based on the models, or you can maintain the hierarchy based on the company names, like manufacturer, or you can maintain the hierarchy based on the RAM size, ROM size, color, okay, screen size, like based on, like in multiple ways you can maintain hierarchy, so that you'll be able to use it while analyzing the data, right? Let's say if business head wants to know, like, what color mobiles are making more revenue, or what is the RAM size, like people are more interested to buy, what is the ROM size people are interested to, like, they would like to have in their mobiles, something like that. If you're talking about laptop, what is the screen size most people are trying to buy. Okay, if you want to analyze in that scenarios, you need to maintain a hierarchy, or properties also will be there, but hierarchy is maintaining the relationship. Okay, so I'll show you in the system so that you'll be able to understand very easily. And if you see here, we have base member or a parent member concept whenever you're talking about hierarchy. So base member is nothing but a member which does not have any children. A member which does not have any children will be called as a base member. A member which does not have any children called as a base member, and any member which is having at least one children. Member which is having at least one children will be called as a parent member. Member which is having at least one children. Okay, and in BPC standard, in BPC, you will not be able to save the data for parent nodes. You will not be able to save the data. You will not be able to save the data for parent node, parent members, because parent members will be calculated from the base members. Parents parents data will be calculated from base members data. I'll explain you with a simple example here. Let's consider a time dimension. Let's consider a time dimension here. In this dimension, the top node is a year, and then we have a quarters, and then we have a periods, months. Okay, so here this is a parent. 2019 dot year will be treated as a parent because it have a 4 children, right? And 2019 quarter 1 is also a parent because it have a 3 children, and quarter 2 also have a 3 children, quarter 3, quarter 4. But 2019 January does not have any children. 2019 January does not have any children, so this is a base member. January, February, March, these are the base members because these does not have any children. Okay, but 2019.Q1, this is a quarter 1 have 3 children, so it is a parent member. Okay, so BPC allows data save only for base members. Okay, only for a base members. What is a base member? Which does not have any children. Okay, so how the parents data will be calculated? Based on the children's. If we see here for January 10, February 20, March 30, so this data, summation of these 3 children's data will be aggregated to quarter 1. The 60 is the summation of these 3 data, and this 150 is the summation of this April, May, June. Okay, so that is why we will not be able to save the data against parent members. It will not allow us. If you try to save some data for a quarter 1 as 100, system will not know how to allocate that 100 to these 3 periods, right? System will not know how to allocate that 100 to these 3 periods. System doesn't have any mechanism like that. So how can it allocate? It will not. So that's why system will not allow us to save the data directly for a parents. It will allow only for a base members. It will allow only for a base members, and parents will be calculated from the base members. Okay, parents will be calculated from the base members. So hierarchy. In hierarchy we have a concept called base member and parent member. Hope everybody understood what is a base member and what is a parent member, and BPC will not allow us to save the data against parent member. And another important thing is one property will be added by the system. So I'll show you once we connect to the system. Whenever you start maintaining hierarchy, in the backend, system automatically in the backend BW, system add one property called calc, C-A-L-C. System add one property called calc. It is nothing but calculated member flag. And so for base members, system automatically assign value as a n. For parent members, it will assign calc property value as a y. Okay, for base members, calculated member flag value is n. For parent members, calculated member flag is y. Okay, so this is very important. So it will be very useful while we are discussing EPM reports sessions, EPM input forms and reports session. Okay, sometimes if you are trying to save the data for parent member, system will be rejecting and it will be giving you a warning message saying that this member is not a base member, it might be a parent member or a calculated member. Okay, so for parent members, calculation member flag value is y because parents are calculating from base members data. Parents are getting calculated from base members data, right? So that's why calc property will be added by the system automatically in the backend. In front end, we'll not be able to see this property. Okay, this will be added by the system. Okay, if you see here, okay, I'll hide this column. Can anyone tell what should be the property value of calculated member flag for this January? Okay, I'll only tell. So for base members, calculated member value, flag value is N, right? And quarter two, it is getting calculated from base children's, right? It is Y. And again, April is a base member, and this is Y, and this is N, and again quarter is Y because it is getting calculated from October, November, December, and quarter one Y, and year is also Y. Year is getting calculated from quarter one, quarter two, quarter three, quarter four, or all the base members data, right? So this will be maintained by the system in the backend. Okay, so this is how system maintains the data based on the parent and children relationship. Okay, this is about hierarchy. Let's connect to the system and see how to maintain hierarchy and all. So how to connect to the system? We need to connect to remote desktop first, Windows R key, and then type mstsc and provide the IP address provided by the vendor and enter the credentials. Okay, so we are connected to system, and how to connect to BPC web interface. You will be able to see a shortcut, BPC 10.1 shortcut on remote desktop, and just double click on it and provide the credentials. Okay, this is the initial screen you can see once you log on to web interface, and immediately you need to check whether you are connected to your correct environment or so it is connected to some other environment. So our batch environment is 116. I am connecting to this. Now we are connected to our environment, and whatever we created yesterday and day before yesterday, we can see here. Day before yesterday we have created one cost center dimension, and yesterday we have created OPEX underscore plan model, right? So what we do is now, let's say I would like to, first I'll show you the hierarchy, then again we'll try to maintain hierarchy. Yeah? I'll take entity. Okay, here you can see once you open entity dimension in the members, this is a member of dimensions, right? Here you can see view list. If there is any hierarchy, you can see hierarchy also. Okay, if I click on hierarchy, here you can see world. Okay, it is a top node, and then you can see regions: Africa region, Asia Pacific region, Europe, North America, South America. If you expand this, Algeria, South Africa, Asia Pacific, China, Australia, Europe, Germany, France. Okay, this is a hierarchy relationship. Okay, this structure will be maintained with the help of parent and child relationship. Okay, if you see here, this is the base member. Argentina is a base member, Brazil is a base member because it does not have any children, right? So this South America data will be calculated from Argentina and Brazil's data. Okay, so South America's data will be calculated from Argentina and Brazil. North America's data will be calculated from Canada and United States. Okay, these are the parents and these are the children's. Okay, again old is also a parent. It will be summation of all base members data under this. Okay, so I'll show you another dimension how it looks like hierarchy. Let's take account dimension. See, it is already in hierarchy view. Let's say initially you get this kind of screen. So once you select view as a hierarchy, you can see balance sheet and net income are the top nodes here in this dimension. And if you expand balance sheet, total asset, and if you expand total asset, fixed assets, if you expand this lands and buildings. This is a base member. It does not have any children, but fixed asset is also is a parent member. Total asset is also a parent member, and balance sheet is also a parent member. Okay, this kind of structure we'll be maintaining with the help of hierarchy maintenance. And please remember always, system allows us to save the data only for base members. And another thing you need to remember, for base members, calculation member flag, calc property, CALC property value will be N for base members and Y for parent members. Okay. So now what we do is we'll add some more members here in this dimension, and we'll try to maintain a hierarchy. Okay, so first let me show you. Generally in real time we'll be receiving everything from business. I'll show you how we receive the files from the business. So while discussing data loading sessions, you'll come to know the entire thing, but for understanding purpose I'll show you. Okay, so what I am thinking is, I want to maintain a like cost center A, cost center B, cost center C. Under cost center A, I want to have a A1, A2, A3. Under B, B1, B2, B3. Under C, C1, C2, C3. So the structure I want to maintain is, so cost center total node will be there. Okay, cost center total node will be there, and cost center A will be there, and CC A1, CC A2, CC A3. The same way CCB and CC B1, CC B2, CC B3. Okay, this is the structure I want to maintain. This is a top node, and this is a cost center A, cost center B are childrens of top node, and cost center A have a childrens of A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3. So first you need to maintain everything as a members, right? First you need to maintain everything as a members, then you need to define the parent child relationship. You need to maintain CCA as a parent for these three, and CCB as a parent for these three, and CC as a parent for CCA and CCB. How to maintain that? First what I do is, I'll try to add this members in the dimension, but in real time we'll be loading the data from BW or flat files. Okay, that time I'll show you in more detail. Okay, but for now try to understand how to maintain the hierarchy relationship. Okay, so I want to add, so what I do is, CC underscore total is the top node, and CC underscore A, CC underscore B, CC underscore C. And then for A, I want to have a children as A1, CC underscore A2, CC underscore A3. For B, B1, B2, B3. Okay, and for C also I would like to have three childrens, C1. Let's say for C I would like to have only two childrens. Okay, C2. And this is the IDs I'm going to maintain. And what is the description? Cost center, cost center A, this is B, this is C. This is A1, this is A2, this is A3. We are just maintaining master data in this file and to copy paste. Okay, one. This is C1, this is C2. So what I do is directly I copy paste here. Click on add, paste it. Okay, first I am adding members as a members, then I'll maintain the relationship. What is a parent, what is a base member. Save. Okay, as of now we don't have any here view, hierarchy view or list view. Why? Because we need to first add hierarchy, then only we get that. Okay, where to add hierarchy? Just go to structure, and here you need to add hierarchy in the right side part. Left side part are properties. Yesterday, day before yesterday, we have added owner, right? And hierarchy. So ID, here ID we will be providing for properties, whereas for hierarchies ID will be generated by the system. Only name we can change. But whereas here for properties you can define both. But in hierarchy ID will be generated by the system and we can change only the name. Okay, just click on add and see ID automatically has been generated by the system. I want to add it as a CC underscore HIER, that means cost center hierarchy. Okay, cost center hierarchy, but technical ID is parent H1, not this one. Okay, instead of that what I do is I'll maintain cost center hierarchy. Click on save. Now if I go to members, here see we can see list view and hierarchy view. If I select hierarchy, it is again showing displaying flat list because we did not maintain the parent and children relationship, right? So now let's maintain that. So for A1, what is the parent? CC underscore A. Okay, for A2 also same thing. For A3 also same thing. And for B1, CC underscore B. For B2, for B3, and for C1, for C2. Okay, this is the one. And for A, B, C, what is the parent? CC underscore total. That's how we assumed, right? Now let's see. Let's go to hierarchy view. See, CC underscore total is a top node, and cost center A, B, C are the children's, and cost center A1, A2, A3 are children's of A, B1, B2, B3 are children's of B, and C1, C2 are children's of C. That is what we assumed here, right? So CC total will be the top node, and A, B are the children's, and A1, A2, A3 are the children's of this. Okay. Okay. So like anyone want me to explain again this how I maintained? Hope everyone is clear. Okay, so what you do is you also try to maintain, assume some structure and try to maintain it. If you are facing any issues, you can send me the screenshots to my email. I'll be able to help you, or we can talk over the phone also. Or in the next session also we can discuss it. Okay, so and now let me show you BW system. Okay, in the day 2 session we have discussed core components, and we said BW is the backend for BPC system, and this is the terminology in the B backend BW, right? I'll just show you, but maybe you may not feel comfortable with BW because BPC interface is a simple interface, just like a browser. Everything is clear, but in BW point of view, if you feel little bit uncomfortable, no need to worry. Going forward, it will be very easy to understand. Okay. As a BPC consultant, we just need to know a few things in BW. So how to log on to BW? How to log on to BW? This is a BPC interface. We have two interfaces, web interface, and another one is also Excel interface. In Excel, we'll be connecting that in the coming sessions. And if you want to access BW system, there is a different software that we call as a SAP GUI. SAP GUI. SAP Graphical User Interface. This is the application we use to connect to SAP BW system or SAP S4 HANA system or ECC system. Okay, SAP GUI, Graphical User Interface. You can see this shortcut also on your remote desktops. Just double click on it and you can see the different systems, but in your desktop you might have only one BPC related to BW related to BPC. This is the one system which I am using. Just double click on that system and provide the same credentials, BPC credentials. Okay, these will be provided by the vendor. Okay, I just entered the credentials and logged on to BW system. This is the initial screen you get, SAP Easy Access. This is the screen you get. Okay, and next thing is in SAP BW, if you want to access any screen, we have a concept called transaction codes, TR codes, transaction codes. You need to enter some transaction code to access a different screens here. But whereas in BPC, if you want to access models, you'll just go to here and click on models, right? If you want to access something else, you just go here, system reports, documents. It is just like a surfing internet, right? But whereas in BW, you need to use transactional codes. So here you can see beside this enter tick mark, there is a special like some highlighted in white color, right? So here you need to enter that transaction codes and click on enter. So as a BPC consultant, we will be spending most of the time on RSA1, that is a business warehouse workbench. Business warehouse workbench. So for now, just remember RSA1. RSA1 is the T code, transaction code to access BW modeling. To access BW modeling, just enter RSA1, press enter and enter. This is the screen you get. This is the screen you get. Okay. This is a screen you get in the modeling. So if you click on info provider, okay, just click on info provider. I'll provide you this navigations. Okay, initially you may not feel comfortable. I'll provide you the navigations, how to connect to BW system, what is the transaction code, and where you need to click. I'll give you. Okay, so once you click on info provider, and you can find business planning and consolidation somewhere in the right side. Business planning and consolidation. See, this is a business planning and consolidation. So all BPC related objects will be under this. All BPC related objects will be under this. Okay, slash CPMB slash BPC. So all the BPC objects names will be prefixed with slash CPMB, prefixed with slash CPMB slash. Okay, If you expand this business planning and consolidation, and here we can see our environment. So our batch environment is NBITS environment for batch 116. This is our environment. And if you see here the name, technical name slash CPMB slash NBITS underscore ENV 116. Okay. And if you expand this, you can see the models, OPEX underscore plan, consolidation, ownership plans, and these are the dimensions. These are the dimensions, right? So same thing you can see here also. In the dimensions you can see this, everything is visible in the back end. Everything is visible in the back end. Okay. And so what I want to show you is, just now we maintained hierarchy in cost center dimension. I want to show you the calculated member property values. If you see here, we don't have that property, calc property here, right? But in the back end, let me show you. So this is info object cost center. Just double click on it if you want to see the data. Just double click and it will open the structure in the right side. It will open the structure of a cost center in the right side. Okay. So and in the structure you can see general, business explorer, master data, hierarchy, attributes, compounding. So in the data loading sessions I'll be giving you more details, but for now just to show you the calc property values. Okay. So if you want to see the data of cost center, so whenever you're talking about a dimension, it is a master data, right? See here, master data, just click on it and here you can see master data view. It is this M. This is a table, master data table, master data table, P table. Okay, master data table is a P table. So no worries, no need to like worry about this. I'll be giving you entire details as part of BW sessions at the end of the training, and as part of this data loading also we'll be discussing this again. Okay, so master data table, just double click on P table and go to contents here, contents, and execute. See, you can see whatever we maintain in the front end, CCA, A1, A2, A3, B, B1, B2, B3, C, C1, C2, and total, no cost center. And here you can see calc property here. Calc property here. So if you see calc property, that is not visible in the front end, but here we can see for cost center A, as it is a parent, it has a 3 children's, value is Y. Value is Y. For A1, A2, A3, these are the base members, value is N. Okay. And for B, it is Y again. For B1, B2, B3, N. For C, it is Y again. C1, C2, N. For cost center total, it is Y, because cost center total have a children called CCA, CCB, CCC. Okay. I just wanted to show you this calc property. That's it. Okay. But as part of data loading sessions, again I'll explain you the BW screens. Okay. And the next thing for today's session is master data and hierarchy data. So it will take 5 minutes. I'll explain you this and we'll end the today's session. Okay. So whenever you're talking about master data, it is related to dimension, right? I told you dimension holds master data, models holds transactional data. Okay, it is a simple example. So master data is a combination of ID, that is nothing but master data key, and remaining properties. Okay. If I show you in the system, go to BPC web interface. It got hanged. Okay. Account, let's say account. Let's go to view, list view. So this one complete record will be called as a master data record. Okay, entire data. So this entire data will be called as a account master data, account dimension master data. Okay, so master data is nothing but ID plus property values. ID plus property values will be called as a master data, and master data stores in dimension. Master data store in dimension. Okay, master data is a combination of master data key, that is ID, and properties of a dimension. Okay, and coming to transactional data. So transactional data stores in models. Transactional data stores in models, and so model is a collection of dimensions. If you see, in our case we created a simple model called opex underscore plan. Opex underscore plan. So we have total 1 2 3 4 5 dimensions. Okay, let's assume there is a model and it has 6 dimensions: account, category, cost center, country, time. Okay, these are the dimensions in the model. Let's assume that. Okay, so this complete record will be called as a transactional data. So transactional data is combination of master data of each dimension in the model and key figure, okay, amount. Okay, so whenever you're talking about a sales or products, there should be some value, right? Numerical value. Let's say if it is a revenue planning, okay, in January how much revenue we're able to generate, something, right? So that amount, the combination of all the dimension members in the model and amount key figure will be called as a transactional data. This complete record will be called as a transactional data. So transactional data is nothing but master data key of all the dimensions plus key figure, that is amount. Okay, this complete record will be called as a transactional data. So transactional data is nothing but master data key of all the dimensions in the model plus amount, whereas master data is nothing but master data key of a dimension, that is a member, and all the property values. Okay, that is a master data and transactional data. So going forward, we'll once we start creating input forms and reports, then you will be able to understand very clearly this master data and transactional data. Okay, that's all from my end for today's session. Anyone have any questions from hierarchy and this master data and transactional data and models? So far we try to understand this understanding of dimensions and its types, and understanding of models and its types. We have discussed creation of a dimension and models in the system, yes, we have seen, and basic understanding of hierarchy and properties and hierarchy maintenance we have seen, and we discussed master data and transactional data, right? This is what we have discussed in the system so far. So from Monday onwards, Monday we'll discuss security, and from Tuesday onwards we'll start reporting in BPC. We'll start reporting in BPC. This is a very important thing, and it will be very simple, very easy. Everything will be in Excel. Everything will be in Excel. Okay. So anyone have any questions?
Mahendra,
Yes, Naveen.
I have one query.
Tell me.
You said that for the hierarchy, we maintain the data only at base level,
Correct.
right? We cannot maintain at parent level.
Correct.
Yeah, but if you see in SAP, if we go for our WBS hierarchy and other hierarchies, sometimes business get a scenario that where they have to maintain directly at parent node.
Okay.
Okay, if similar scenario comes for planning, how the system will not allow?
System will not allow them to save the data. So in that case, what we do is we have a concept called allocation. Okay, we have a concept
Okay.
called allocation. Let's say if business want to do planning at year level, if they want to do planning at year level, what we do is we'll create one dummy node for this top node, 2019.year underscore dummy, something like that. Okay, so description, we'll maintain the same description, 2019 year, financial year 2019, for a dummy member also, but dummy member does not have any children, but in description it will be same for this top node and dummy node. And we'll save the data for dummy node first, and with the help of allocation logic or from ABAP will take help, and business will give us some scenario how to allocate that. If they are trying to plan for a top node, and how to allocate that to base members. Let's say at year level they said, okay, budget we are giving you of 50 lakhs, and how to allocate month wise, whether do we need to allocate equally, or do we need to take some reference from previous year, something like that. That details will be provided by the business. Then with the help of ABAP we will allocate that, but the data will be stored against some base member, dummy member. We'll create a dummy members for that scenario. So that is nothing but a top down planning, right? I said BPC support both bottom up and top down, right? So the standard behavior is a bottom up. So the plan will happens at base levels, and that data will be aggregated to top levels, right? That is a bottom up planning. If business want to do top down planning, then we have a concept called allocations. That time we try to save the data of top node against some dummy node. So in master data, we'll create some dummy members for every top node. For every top node, we'll create some dummy members, base members, and we'll make sure that business will be saving the data for those dummy nodes. In reports and input forms, we show the description only, so that business will be under impression that they are trying to save the data against top node, but actually technically will be managing it to some dummy members. Is it
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
clear? You were able to understand that what I said?
Yeah. Yeah. It's okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
one more thing, you said that BPC supports weekly planning also, right?
Yes, if you can maintain master data in time dimension, yes, you can do that. As of now, it is a month wise, right? In the system also, if you see time dimension, it is
Yeah, that's
so the SAP suggests the standard this, but weekly planning means every time, every week, business will be busy with the planning only. When they think
yeah.
about the
I'm just
transaction,
technically, I'm just
yeah,
thinking. Yeah,
technically we
yeah, I
can
know.
do that.
So if we maintain here week wise instead of
Yeah,
12 records, 52 records, then
yeah,
will allow that.
correct, correct. Again, there will be some challenges.
So
Technically, we can do that, but
yeah,
business may come up with something like they follow some different strategies. Sometimes they follow 52 weeks, sometimes they follow 53 weeks. So that challenges will come into picture there.
yeah, yeah. So is it advisable standard dimension, or shall we copy it into suppose time dimension? We have a standard dimension also, or else we can create our
We can
own
create, but
time dimension and then using the model.
there is no need to create a custom dimension, right? You can use a standard dimension itself. There is no problem. Master data point of view, there is
For
no issue.
all account.
Yeah, all for all dimensions you can use, and you can, if you want, you can, like, this is very simple, right? You can, if you delete it again, you can add it.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm. So generally, what we do is we'll directly once we copy the environment, in that environment we do everything.
Because sometimes it's always better, right, not to touch the okay, yeah, anyhow it is our model only, our environment only.
Correct.
Yeah. So even for account category,
Yes.
everything,
Yes.
we will use
Everything.
the standard only.
Yes.
Only
Yes.
user defined,
See, in
we will create our
standard,
own.
nothing will be there, right? In standard, let's say if you see account dimension, there will be some, see, only 31 entries are there. How it is going to be useful for you in future if you want to see this? This is not going to be useful for the business also, right? So only structure you may think, but anyway, structure we are not going to disturb, right? Everything will be there only. Only the values will be changing, right? The IDs,
Yes, yeah.
property values. That anyway, business don't require all these things. Business will follow something else. Some naming convention will be different. For balance sheet assets, there will be numeric values. One series will be assets, two series will be liabilities, something like that. So we'll be removing this and we'll be updating with the business master data.
Okay, okay.
So what we do is for best practice, maybe every month we'll take a backup. See here, export to CSV option is there in the system. So we'll do this generally. If business thinks that yes, we updated master data in a wrong way, so we want to see the earlier master data, then we'll be having backups, right? So by taking that as a reference, we'll adjust the master data.
Okay, okay. And also, you are saying that from next week we are going to reporting. Maybe before reporting, it's better to load the data also, right?
No,
Presently, as of now, we just added few records.
correct.
Maybe, yeah, we have not loaded the data to model, right?
See, it is a BPC, right? In BPC, you'll be doing the planning. Planning means we'll be entering the data. We will be entering the
Yeah,
data.
yeah. But actual data have to be there, right?
Actual data, yes, but in BPC point of view, we don't require all those things. We'll be saving it, everything, because in SAP system, we'll not have any sample data, right? And why
Okay,
I am
okay.
going to
Anyhow, it's
start
okay. Yeah.
reporting, because first you need to feel comfortable with the Excel interface. In Excel, we'll be having two tabs, EPM and Data Manager. So once you are comfortable with EPM, then I'll go to Data Manager. Then I'll be loading the data. So by the time you should be aware of that reports and input forms so that you can validate the data. Even the same structure follows in like in project implementation also. So parallelly it happens. Master data update will happen, and parallelly we'll be working on script logics and reports input forms.
Okay, okay. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. Last question. Actually, this is in my organization. I am when I am trying to copy environment shell.
Huh,
Okay, I am not able to do that one. Is it compulsory? Actually, is it compulsory to have SAP all to copy environment shell?
correct. You need to have a proper authorizations for that. If you're not able to do that, you will be getting some error, right? Or dump.
Yeah, yeah,
Just try to search in the SAP support portal. Take help from basis team, security team.
yeah, yeah. I checked that one. I think to copy environment shell, we need SAP all. Is it
Correct.
compulsory?
Correct. Yes.
Okay, okay.
So any others have any questions?
Okay, one more thing. Instead of giving SAP all, if can't we create some role where we can mention environment shell for the specific object, security object? Do
Uh,
you have any idea?
no, no. In
You know, right?
generally, that is security team task, right? So whenever
Yeah,
I never faced that issue so far, but because it will be at the starting stage of a project, so we'll be if we are facing any issues, we'll by taking help from this some notes, SAP notes, we'll be taking help from basis and security teams.
yeah,
Only
but last time
security team
also we
can
did.
help you regarding that
Yeah,
roles
yeah.
creation and all.
Okay, okay. Only thing is last time also we did similar thing,
Hmm.
um, because they won't generally provide SAP all, right? So SAP all also they will provide for a specific
BPC
time and then
admin,
they
right?
remove it.
As a BPC admin, you should have SAP all role. I don't know what is your role in your project, but for me, I'll be having SAP all access roles.
SAP all is
Yeah.
okay every time,
At
anytime.
least in development system, you should have. It may not be the case with next systems, quality and production. In development system, at least one or two persons should have that SAP all. role.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So over the weekend, please try to explore the system. And if you have any questions over the weekend, also Saturday, Sunday, you can write emails to me with the screenshots, and you can call me on my phone. Thank you, everyone. See you on Monday. Happy weekend and have a nice day.
Thanks, Mahendra. Thanks.
Thank
Bye.
you, everyone. Bye.